Hello, my name is Saokosal. Today I'm going to talk about how to parse JSON from a URL to objects in Android Studio. First, you need to have a JSON text from URL. I will show you how to do that to convert from PHP to a JSON text. Second one, you need to use my custom library. I will show you why you need to use my custom library. The third one, you have to have JSON library from Google. Okay, let's jump to the browser. This is my blog about Android. You can read the full tutorial in this blog, in this article. Okay, the reason that you have to use my custom library because originally you have to use a JSON array from Google, but you can see the example here. When you have a text, it represent an object or maybe a record from a table. So you will have another class, right? Like a user class to hold ID, username, and password, right? So you have to pass it from this to the user ID, right? And you have to think about the data type of ID is integer, so you have to convert it correctly. So it will consume a lot of time, okay? And I originally used this in my previous projects, but then I realized that there should be a better way. Thanks to Stack Overflow, I found a very good um, post and question about this, and then someone wrote a very good answer. I use this for my library. So first you have to use the JSON, okay, from Google, and this is the my library, okay. So I will not go down to this. I will show you how to use it. So first you have to jump to my GitHub, and you can find this, okay, and you click it like this, and then you can download it, okay. So now I already downloaded, and you want to know how to set it up on your Android project. It's very easy. First, you download this, my project, and then unzip it and download JSON from here. So I need to download here also as well. Okay, so you need this too. Okay, and then the code is very simple. It's just one line of code, you know. Okay, let me show you how to do that. So, but before you can do that, you have to have JSON, right? So I use my previous project. I have a database called dbclient2, and I have just created a table. It has ID, title, text, URL, and the text is in text, and the other is varchar 255. And I add some text here and the URL of an image from the internet, okay. And then in here, I wrote some connection here, right? It's very simple code, and connect to the DB client too. And the post is just like, okay, I included it, and then I just check the format is JSON. So in PHP, there is a function called JSON underscore encode. It's very simple. You have to create an array, okay, and fetch data from the database, and then we'll convert it to the uh, JSON format for you. It's very easy. Okay, let's jump to the browser and test it. Okay, this is a JSON text. Okay. Okay, this is the hello world. It's nothing set. First, you have to configure the Android manifest. Okay, you want to use the permission internet. Okay, like this. Then you can connect to a URL or web. Okay, and then here I don't need this one. This is for menus. You need to write the code over here. So you need the two libraries that we have downloaded. So okay, this one, and unzip this one. Okay, so I need this. So I copy this to somewhere else. Maybe this one. Pass it in here. The JSON one. Okay, now you have these two libraries. So you go to Android. You have to switch to project, yeah, and then you have to find a folder libs. Okay, so it's under app. Copy from here. So copy JSON and KG JSON converter to right click here and then paste. Okay, so right click on each one and then say add as library. Okay, another one. Okay, so it will take some time to sync. Okay, so you have to wait until the red line disappears. So to test it, you just call a class from here. You can see an example here. We call JSON converter is my library. Okay, JSON converter. Okay, if you can see something like this and you see the import here, Kasal gig, something like this, it means it works fine. Okay, so now you have the JSON text in place and you want to grab that text. Okay, so I have already made a video about how to connect to from Android to PHP and MySQL. In this video, you just type something like this: how to connect Android with PHP. You should find my tutorial, this one, okay? Saokosal here. In this tutorial, I showed how to connect it and like give a permission in detail. So now you grab the text from the URL. So to do that, you call post. So you need another library of mine. So you go to generic async task. This is the library that from Android to PHP. You to get the data from PHP. Okay. In here, you just need only this one, gen async. So copy and go to your Android project. You have to go back to project again, and then you pass in libs. Where is it? Okay, here, and then right click on that file and add as library. Okay, so build finished. Okay, that's great. So you need to call post response async, and you can call task something like this. Okay, save this and task execute. So you give a URL. Okay, so where is your URL of the text? In here. Okay, so copy this and then pass to here. One problem here is the local host, because now you are connecting to computer and you run from an emulator. At this stage, emulator has the local host itself, so you have to give another name. So there is an alias. It's called 10.0.2.2 for internal emulator, but I use the Motion the number 2 is changed to number 3. Okay, there is something here unhappy, is because you have to make the class implement the async response, and you need to uh, override process finish. This is the result. Okay, the result that you grab from the URL. It means the JSON will come to this method. Okay, now let me start the Genemotion. If you don't have Genemotion, you should pause the video and download it. It's free, and you have to sign in. Okay, so first let me just test the text like this. Okay, and then the result is the JSON file. Okay, the JSON text, and you want to see it. Okay, let's run it. As you can see, now we get already the text, the JSON text. Okay, it's because of this library. So you don't have to spend your time to write your own library. You just use mine. Okay, and then now we get the result as the JSON text. The next thing is to convert the JSON to an object. So now we are talking about the post, right? About the database is post. So we have to create a class that has 4 properties like this: post ID, post title, post text, and image URL. So let's go back to the Android perspective again, and right click and new class, Java class, not activity, just Java class, and let's call it post. Okay, and for this one I use the JSON library, and let's say we have integer post ID like this, and we call serialize name ID. Okay, and then public string post title, public string post tag, and then public string image URL. Okay, so for the serialization, it just means that when you don't have the name exactly as an object, like in database, in the JSON like this. For example, like you call ID like this, but in the JSON you use the post ID. You have to tell that, okay, now you have to merge the post ID to this one. Okay, so that is the serialization, is the library from JSON. But you should make it the same, even though you have this one merged to this one, but your property name should be the same as this one. Okay, so just copy and paste like this, and you have to make sure that this has to merge to this. Okay, post text, even the small letter or capital letter, you have to do it exactly the same. Okay, so now it's done, and you can just close it. Now you use one of my magic line of code, which is this one. Okay, and you just change this to post, and this one, and this one. Now the result is replaced to the JSON. Okay, so now you already get the array list of the data as the JSON text. Okay, So you can place it into the like list view, okay, or maybe some other thing. You can make a custom list view. But let's finish our project by create a simple list view. Okay, I go to design and I grab a list view here. Yeah, this one. Let's name it. I call it LV post. For this one, I don't have to use the custom one because I have another library. Okay, but just to test it, and you want to see, okay, the result comes or not. So for this part of the project, I'm not gonna make the custom library, but just grab the maybe the text or maybe the title from the array. So I have to look, maybe I have to create another list of string. Okay, and then it's the title like this, and an array like this, and for each in Java you say for, and then say string value, and then you get from post no use because I didn't change this one, post list dot I'm sorry, I just do it wrong. Okay, let create a post like this, yeah, and then every time you get the post, you just like add the title from the post, the value like this dot post title. Okay, so now you just change the data from the whole post, but you grab only the title only, the post title only. Okay, so now we have to create array adapter. Okay, a simple one. I use string, I call it adapter, new array adapter, this, and I use the Android layout. Okay, simple list item 1, and then titles. Okay, and then I have to get the list from the XML by say LV post. Usually I keep the name like this. It's easier for me to remember. And let's view find view by ID all.id LV post. Okay, now you should be able to set adapter like this and call adapter in. Okay, in the next video I will show you how to make a custom uh, list view layout. Okay, just stay tuned for my next video, but for now just use a simple like a simple list item. Okay, boom, now you got the text, the mountain and penguin is from this one. See, from this one and another one. Please subscribe my video, okay, to make sure that you get the most update, and I will post a video about the custom list view layout in maybe next week. And don't forget to visit my blog top 12 review as well. Okay, so for now I will say goodbye, and I will see you maybe next week.